After looking as if US equities may get a reprieve from the recent sell-off, the markets turned lower midday to finish in the red in a volatile trading session in the wake of another hotter than expected consumer price inflation report. Although the headline figure came in higher than anticipated, prices did moderate slightly from the 41-year high posted in the month prior. The markets also grappled with the monetary policy implications of the report, as well as the omnipresent worries over higher interest rates, the strong dollar, and slowing economic growth. Moreover, the ongoing war in Ukraine remained a drag on sentiment, while the lockdowns in China continue to cloud the global economic outlook. Treasuries were mixed following the inflation data, and the US dollar was little changed in choppy action. Crude oil prices rebounded from yesterday's drop, and gold gained ground. Earnings remained in focus, with electronic arts rising after topping earnings estimates, while Coinbase and Wendy's fell after missing expectations. Asia finished mixed, and Europe showed some resiliency in the face of the aforementioned headwinds and to end mostly higher. Okay, the Dow Jones dropped 320 or lost 327 points, which was a 1% loss, to close at 31,834. The S&P 500 decreased 66 points, a loss of 1.7%, to close at 3,935. The Nasdaq declined 373 points, with a loss of 3.2%, to close at 11,364. In heavy volume, 5.8 billion shares of New York Stock Exchange listed stocks were traded, and 6 billion shares changed hands on the Nasdaq. WTI crude jumped $5.95 to close at $105.71 per barrel. Elsewhere, the gold spot price traded at $12.7, higher to $1,853.70 per ounce, and the dollar index was flat at $103.98. So moving on, one of the stocks we're going to talk about is Coinbase. Okay, we're going to come back. So let's quickly have a look at the stocks we are looking at in this session. MSTR. Okay, that is MicroStrategy. It lost 25.42% and dropped further. And it dropped a further 3.92%. So let's look at the daily chart, and you see what's been going on with MicroStrategy. You can see at some point, within this 52-week range, within the last 52 weeks, it was trading at $1,271. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. If they haven't, if they did any sort of a reverse split at some point, correct me. Notify me in the comment box. If they did. It has dropped from this high of this peak 52-week high of $1,271 to where it is at today now, $168.2. So obviously the sell-off is amongst other things, because they're just indicating that this is MicroStrategy and Bitcoin are not exactly bread and butter stuff. They're not bread and butter stocks. They're not they're not sufficiently fundamental as such, amongst other things. So we can see as things stand right now, based on what the 1 minute graph, 1 minute chart is indicating, momentum is strong. RSI is equally strong as well. So let's see what the news before we look at the technicals. What the news was, it says there MicroStrategy shares were down more than 23% in Wednesday afternoon trading as Bitcoin prices fell more than 5% to $29,918, extending the recent weakness of the industry's largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization. Earlier this month, MicroStrategy said it's the world's largest publicly traded corporate owner of Bitcoin with over 129,200 Bitcoins. Trading volume surged to more than 2.3 million shares from a daily average of 473,000 shares. Okay, so it fell in sympathy to the drop in Bitcoin, and also there's also unusual option activity. Says here the May 165 puts were seeing interest with the underlying stock down 19% following Coinbase results. Okay, so the company is expected to report earnings late July. Okay, so yes, MSTR, the 165 puts were seeing interest with underlying stock down 19%. Okay, so we're going to have a look at it later on, and let's see what the technical is indicating here for MSTR MicroStrategy. It's a short-term bearish opportunity. You can see price is also indicating that the 200-week moving average price fell crossed the 200-week moving average. All of these okay, these are not recent indications, but in any case, let's look at the options. The 165 puts. Let's see because even with all of these losses, you can see some calls are still gaining some traction. You can see that 80% gain, 53.85% gain. So let's look at the option they are talking about here, 165. Can we see that? Is it possible to see 165? It's not here on okay, we might be able to see that. Option chain. $165. Let's see. We don't have any of that, but in any case, though, that's just what they're indicating there. The unusual option activity on the 165 put. So we're moving on to AMD. AMD down 0.91%, up 0.06% in this post-market session. Momentum is waning, so to RSI. Zany news concerning AMD says chip maker AMD gained 3.2% to close at 91.55. Was that again? I think it was something different. Said it is which placed it on a third straight session of gains. Okay, Meta Platforms and AMD say they are partnering for a mobile internet infrastructure program that will bring base station costs down to make broadband more accessible. AMD enabled 4G and 5G radio access network solutions to support Meta's Even-Star program. Even-Star program would allow cellular network operators to mix and match hardware and software for building base stations over buying all of it from one equipment maker. 25 or 43 brokerages rate the stock buy or higher, 17 hold and 1 sell or lower. The median price target is $140 for AMD. Okay, so we have 136.019 million shares that cross the tape. It is by far the most active stock based on volume for this session of the 11th of May 2022. So let's move on to AAPL. Apple down 5.18%, down a further 0.06% in this post-market session. Okay, let's see what's going on now. Momentum is also waning. RSI is waning as well, but still indicating that buyers are very much in control of what's going on in this post-market session. So what's the news? Is there any news? let's move down. Let's scroll down and see whether there's any news. Okay, this was yesterday. Apple to stop making iPod. Okay, it's still the same thing. Goodbye iPod. Still, that news is still around. It says Google adopts an Apple-like approach for its Pixel products. Closing market summary. Okay, so it's one of the stocks that declined. The volume for this session was 142.296 million shares. Definitely one of the most active stocks in this session. Okay, moving on. Let's see what happened with RBLX. We covered this stock on its own. When we covered it, the gain was 14%, so it ended up with only a gain of 3.36%. We were projecting that it's going to continue to decline. We have downward projections of about $15.74 for RBLX, so it's down a further 0.5% in this post-market session. I think with the news is that its earnings outcomes. Okay, let's see what the earnings outcomes were. They came out yesterday. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Shares of video game platform, and when the report was written, was up 9.5% at $25.43, pairing losses from pre-market trading when it fell to $22.3. RBLX remains in a retail trading spotlight. It is one of the most watched stock on retail trader forum stock tweets, with message volumes up 120%. Stock trading was very low to 30 on the relative strength index, suggesting an overcooked stock that is soon set to rise. Yes, volume of calls to puts on most traded derivatives is also greater than 1, suggesting traders expect share prices to rise. The company posted a wider loss on Tuesday and said it expects losses to continue for foreseeable future after higher expenses and slowing demand after pandemic that saw shares tumble nearly 4% in extended trading on Tuesday, the 10th of May 2022. However, the company posted a 39% jump in revenue to $537.1 million and a 28% jump in average daily active user to $54.1 million when it posted. Okay, when it reported first quarter results, 13 of the 21 brokerages rate the stock a buy or higher, 7 hold and 1 sell. Their median price target is $51.50. The stock touched an intraday high of $28.3 and has fallen 5% so far this year, including session moves. Okay, so yeah, that's the news amongst other things concerning RBLX. So far we have some, we have 105.556 million shares across the tape in this session. So we expect the stock to continue to retrace. We have a downward projection of up to $50.74. That may not even be the bottom. So we know there is a broader market despair at the moment, and it is definitely affecting RBLX, even though fundamentally to some extent it's still making money. And the good news is also that it still expects that it will continue to generate a net cash flow from its operations, and that's much better. That's some good news to, if you let me say, So SOFI, SOFI Technologies down 4.57%, down 0.18% in this post-market session. It is momentum is waning. RSI is equally waning, but it's still strong. Okay, it's now in the negative side, or rather it's now on the seller side. It's now RSI is now in the seller side, so indicating that sellers are gradually slightly in control of what's going on for SOFI. Okay, let's see what the news was. We have a couple of ratings. This is Morgan Stanley lowers price target for SOFI to $7 from $10, maintains equal weight. Credit Suisse lowers price target to $9.5 from $15.5, keeps neutral rating. Oppenheimer adjusts price target to $9 from $13, maintains outperform rating. Wedbush lowers price target to $8 from $10, keeps outperform rating. Okay, says okay, let's see. It says here shares of online lender. Okay, it was gained 6.29% in the pre-market. The stock is on track for best day in a week if gains hold. Analyst at Morgan Stanley says SOFI's Q1 beat was bolstered by personal lending, which is proving to be more resilient than expected. Recent bank launch after obtaining charter and quality on writing puts. SOFI is in better spot to handle market volatility. However, analysts see the lack of catalyst ahead for lender, which keeps them on sidelines. The fall in home loan volumes, sluggish growth in financial services, and investor debate on the sustainability of hedges as unhedged gain on sale margins see pressure are some of the negatives the brokerages see for SOFI. Morgan Stanley retains equal weight rating on the stock, but lowers price target to $7 from its prior $10 target. At least 3 other brokerages have also caught price targets. Okay, so yeah, that was the news amongst other things. And 76.587 billion shares crossed the tape. What's the technical opportunity there for SOFI? Okay, short-term bearish opportunity. Today the MACD crossed its signal line. Okay, so let's look at Coinbase, COIN. Coinbase Global lost 26.4% and also down 2.27% in this post-market session. Momentum is quite strong. RSI is equally strong on this 1-minute chart for the stock. What was the news? Let's see. Okay, I think they are trying to bring a lawsuit against them, against Coinbase. It says they are tumbling. Coinbase pushes Woods ARK fund closer to pandemic low. Coinbase global shares plummet after Q1 results misses. Shares of Coinbase were down almost 30% in Wednesday, today, the 11th of May 2022, trading at we're down about 30% in this session after its Q1 results came in below market expectations, triggering a downgrade and some price target cuts from analysts. Goldman Sachs downgraded the stock to neutral from buy and slashed its price target to $80 from $240. Needham cut its price target to $173 from $360. GMP securities to $250 from $394. Oppenheimer to $197 from $314, and Wedbush to $100 from $160. So there's some even mentioning bankruptcy for the stock. Okay, let's see what the volumes were. 66.696 million shares across the tape. What are the opportunities here? Technical opportunities anywhere? Let's see. Okay, gap down. Gap down, gap down. Let's see what it's that readout is saying. Okay, gaps usually represent important areas of support or resistance. A gap down will indicate different situations based on the context in which it was formed. A gap down is a downtrend. In a downtrend, may indicate a previous level of support has been broken and now forms a resistance level. Okay, the gap down in an uptrend may indicate an may indicate an end to or reversal of the prior uptrend. Gaps provide an indication of a financial instrument's short-term outlook. So today we have a gap down, so it's indicating it may be indicating that the previous level of support has been broken and now forms a resistance level. That may be the case for Coinbase. Let's see. Let's look at the daily chart and see whether that's the case. Well, it seems so. It seems that may be the case. It seems that may be the case, or may not be the case. Okay, so let's move on to RDBX. Redbox Entertainment lost 42.86%, down a further 6.25% in this post-market session. Momentum is waning as well. RSI is equally waning, just resting on the 50 mark for its for that oscillator. What was the news? Okay, it says here Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment has agreed to acquire entertainment company Redbox in an all-stock deal. Under the terms of the deal, which has been approved by both companies' board of directors, Redbox shareholders will receive a fixed exchange ratio of 0.08 of a share of Class A common stock of Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment per Redbox share. After the transaction closes, Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment stockholders will own approximately 76.5% of the combined company, and Redbox stockholders will own approximately 23.5%. Redbox shares are down 57%, and okay, it seems market participants didn't like that news. Okay, 64.997 million shares crossed the tape, and what do we have here? Okay, price crosses moving average, 21 day moving average on this on the daily chart, I believe. Okay, momentum as well, negative as well. At the same time as well, there's also a bullish opportunity there as well. Gravestone bullish. What is he saying there? The bears have sustained control over the downtrend, but the period has shown a surge of bullish demand that suggests we are nearing a bottom. During a downtrend, the bar opens at its low or very close to it, then rallies, but it isn't able to sustain the move and closes back down near the open. The bulls have lost the battle but have shown some strength during this period. It's possible we are nearing a bottom. Okay, so it's possible we are nearing the bottom on RDBX, maybe, as that readout is suggesting. Okay, moving on, let's look at the last stock, PLTR, PLTR. PLTR lost 7.96%, and it's up 0.45% as things stand right now. Momentum is waning. RSI is equally waning as well. What's the news? It was halted at some point, I believe, or rather order imbalance or something like that. Okay, there must be some. Okay, there's some bars here. Says yeah. Let's see. Did they mention PLTR here? Okay, was it mentioned here? Okay, 72.683 million shares crossed the tape, and I think the underlying trend is likely to be a bearish one. Yes, definitely bearish. Let's see what the technicals is saying. Okay, nothing fresh for now. So there's the gap. The stock is gapping down. This was as of Monday. Gaps usually present important areas of support or resistance. A gap down will indicate different situations based on the context in which it was formed. A gap down in a downtrend may indicate a previous low of support has been broken and now forms a resistance level. So maybe that's yes, a support may have been broken may have now become a resistance level. So see what you make of all of these stocks and of the economic picture out there. Thank you very much for watching the